Well, it is a little after 12 and Mark and I are about to go on an epic adventure. Well, it'll be epic for us anyway. We're going to Colorado and we're just outside of Beaumont, Texas. So we'll travel till dark today and then big part of the day tomorrow to get to Denver. And we'll be recording videos along the way. Hope you enjoy our little journey. We're taking our Indian motorcycles. Mark and I are both former Harley Davidson owners. And we've made the switch, but we'll definitely put these Indians to the test over the next 9 days. Well, Mark and I had an excellent ride today. We rode from Beaumont, Texas to Wichita Falls, Texas. Had a hard time remembering where we were. So we're going to get up early in the morning and leave Wichita Falls and head on to Denver, Colorado. The weather was great today. The temperature wasn't bad. One little tiny shower cooled us off a little bit, and just for the July, the weather could not have been any better. So I know we're gonna have another great ride tomorrow. Well, it is day 2 on our journey. We're about 100 miles out, and as you can see, it is raining. But that's all part of the experience. We've got another 550 miles ride today. I don't know how much of it'll be in the rain, but I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put my rain gear on. I'm already half wet, so I'll have to decide. Well, we ended up riding through about 30 miles of pouring down rain and another 20-30 miles of light rain, and now it's bright and sunshiny. We got another 100 miles down, so we're in Amarillo, Texas, making our way to Denver. Well, we've made it to the land of enchantment. Yes, we're in New Mexico, and it really is enchanting. The scenic views are really, really amazing. Of course, never underestimate the size of Texas. From southeast Texas to northwest New Mexico, we rode over 700 miles. It took us 11 hours to go from across Texas, from one corner of Texas to the other corner of New Mexico. And the scenic views are really nice. I don't know if you can see. And I know it'll get even prettier when we get to Colorado. So that's our next stop is Colorado. And we're having a great time, still have great weather. It's warmed up just a little bit, but still not too bad. I think we need Mark in the video. How's your behind holding up? We've only ridden, what, 450 miles today? Hey, we only have 200 more miles to go. I'm gonna pull out my gel pack. I guess you're gonna pull out your air.
I'm gonna see how it's doing. I'm gonna see how it does.
So at least we'll be in Denver long before dark, hopefully.
Yes, we will.
Well, we made it to our destination, to Denver, Colorado. We've ridden over 1,000 miles in a day and a half, and it's raining. We rode the last 20 miles in the rain, but we made it, and we've got a bunch of fun things we're gonna do in Colorado this week. The road warriors have arrived in Denver. See if I can find my lovely bride.
What's up, backyard?
There's the kiddos. Children everywhere.
Hello.
Say hello to YouTube.
Hello.
Say hello to the World Wide Web.
First time being on YouTube.
Who's your mama?
Up there. She made the hot dogs.
Nicole, say hello to the World Wide Web.
Oh my God.
You're all going to be on YouTube now. You know, I have my own YouTube channel. It's real exciting. We travel the roads. We're road warriors.
Big booger.
Or road mavericks, I'm not sure which.
There's a big booger?
We survived the ride. Can't come to Colorado Springs without coming to Pikes Peak Indian. First, let me say something about the temperature. It's in the 60s and it's July the 5th. The weather's absolutely gorgeous. So let's go inside and check out some Indian motorcycles. The new Indian Chief in here. Yep. There's the new Indian Chiefs. I think Indian makes the best looking motorcycle on the road. Got the family wandering around here. Say hello to YouTube.
Hello.
Look at the beautiful bikes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the Garden of the Gods. I want to call it the Valley of the Gods, but it's not. It's the Garden of the Gods. Oh, say hello to YouTube.
What's up, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube? The Valley of the Gods. It is absolutely breathtaking. You are now on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay.
Breathtaking.
Can we go off road?
No, you have to stay on the trail at all times. So they will throw you on the ground and handcuff you.
Now.
Wow, look at that.
It's
mountain.
landscape. They can't claim it.
The mountain going up into the clouds.
It's landscape. They can't.
You know, we don't have anything like this in Southeast Texas. We have alligators, marsh, mosquitoes that'll carry you away, flat land, humidity like you wouldn't believe. I mean, this is beautiful scenery, beautiful temperature. Here we have some more scenage of the
fit around here.
Valley of the Gods.
That's right, I know you heard me.
Garden of the Gods. I mean, I keep calling it Valley of the Gods. I know it's Garden of the Gods. Either way,
See, these people are smart.
it is
See
breathtaking.
the people over here in the cars?
Yeah, some people are smart and they're driving through, riding their bicycles.
They're smart.
We're walking,
My Indian identifies as a bicycle.
walking. But we self-identify as athletes.
Fat ass out of here.
The views begin to become even more dramatic
With the sleds and
as we make our
That's what
way
I'm doing.
through
You're gonna
the
tie something to me and you're
Valley
gonna get the fat ass out of here.
of the Gods.
You're
I
gonna
think I
get
got it
an
right that
exercise, man,
time.
Without this, don't worry.
No, I didn't. I still got it wrong. Excuse me, the Garden of the Gods. One of these days I'll get the name right. Garden. It's Garden of the Gods. Right? Yeah, I'll call it Valley before this is over. I don't know why, but yeah, more breathtaking views of.
Right there.
Tell me the name,
I see,
Nicole.
I see Ricky, I see.
Garden of the
I see all
Gods.
of
What
them.
is it?
Hey.
Garden of the Gods.
Yes, it's not Valley of the Gods.
No,
even
it's
though
the
I've
arena.
said that
Arena.
a dozen times.
See him?
This is absolutely beautiful.
Breathtaking.
I can tell we're not in Southeast Texas.
Well, yeah, it
Anymore.
is breathtaking. Why? Because it's
You may not can see it, but there are actually mountain climbers climbing the rock face there. That's pretty incredible.
yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go. I have proof. We have a bunch of monkeys in the family.
Jump all together.
Monkeys over here, monkeys over there,
Jump.
monkeys everywhere.
All right.
Okay.
No, do not jump.
I'm disappointed.
More breathtaking views from the
Fairy creature.
Valley of the Gods,
Yeah.
I like the fairy creature better. But hey.
just outside of Colorado Springs, Colorado. All right, Samantha, what's the message you have?
Be sure to like this video and subscribe and comment.
You did really good. She's always telling me to say that on my videos, and I never do. Seems like the farther we go, the more treacherous it becomes. There's Jackson the monkey. We're going down, Matt. Matt. Oh, does that just go up to there?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I need to go up there. Well, I forgot to hook my microphone to the camera. If you can't hear me, I'll just edit music over this ride. But we are riding up Pikes Peak. My stabilization is so good in my GoPro camera, sometimes it's really hard to tell how much we lean and how much we go up and down the hills, but I know this is going to be a memorable ride. The van in front of us is full of family. My wife, kids, aunt, uncle, cousin's kids. This is a family vacation. Mark and I, of course, are on the motorcycle. I have my camera mounted on the dash of my motorcycle, so I shoot the video through the windshield. So it's already beginning to rain a little bit, so you probably see the raindrops on the windshield. Hopefully it won't block the video too much. There's definitely a scenic view to the left. This is certainly on my bucket list. I've always wanted to ride to the top of Pikes Peak. Well, I'm getting my opportunity. There's a beautiful view to the left. Absolutely amazing. So far, every day of the vacation, we have hit some rain. Of course, this is extremely light rain, so. One day we did go through a torrential downpour for about 20 miles. Actually, this light rain is very cooling. Looks like it's getting dark to the left, so we may hit some hard rain before this ride is over. Well, there's where Bigfoot crosses. We've seen deer crossings, bear crossings. That was the first Bigfoot crossing. I remember going to Pikes Peak when I was a kid. I don't remember all these trees though. There we go. I don't know if it was recording a moment ago or not. It appears to be recording now. We see what looks like snow on top of Pikes Peak on July the 5th. This is an incredible experience. Got Jackson on the back, a 13-year-old son. He likes to ride. I see there are mountain lions in this part of the country. I think there's some disagreement about whether or not we have mountain lions in Texas. Of course, I've had plenty of people swear they've seen them in Texas, down where we live. We actually live in southeast Texas. Weather. Of course, I sure hope we get to the top before that happens, but if not, we're going to keep riding. Come on, go on the top. Bad thing about stopping on these slopes, you go to put your foot down with a 900-pound motorcycle, it can be a challenge. I think the van's having a hard time pulling these hills. Of course, it's a rental van, not a personal van. I looked at it this morning, though. It only has 60-something thousand miles on it, so it should be good. It is a big, heavy van full of family members. With Mark and I on our trusty Indians. Our Indians have performed flawlessly so far, except for me trying to. If we didn't have the family van in front of us, we would be riding a little faster. Probably not much. I don't know these roads. Not used to driving in mountains. It's a beautiful scenic view to the right. I can't seem to decide what gear I want to be. Looking at my navigation, we have lots of curves ahead, which is what we absolutely love. I've ridden in the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas on a motorcycle. This is my first time to ride the Rocky Mountains. Here's a steep curve. Stabilization is so good in my GoPro camera, you often can't see how steep the hills are or how sharp the curves are because it just tends to level out the picture. That would be better if it was mounted on my helmet instead of dash with my motorcycle. It's nice and convenient on my dash. I can turn it on and off. I can hit record, stop recording. I can see exactly what is recording, at least when I first turn it on. It kind of goes to sleep. I see clouds, I see snow. I remember as a kid coming in the middle of the summer and seeing snow on Pikes Peak in the middle definitely dropped. There are no guardrails. Cliffs with no guardrails. Well, it was a challenge, but we made it all the way to the top of Pikes Peak.
Barely.
Suffering some major
Oh, it's starting to rain.
high altitude something. What do you it's high altitude sickness? Not really sickness. We're very lightheaded. Of course, we rode our motorcycles up here following the family van. I forgot to tell my wife in those 10-mile hairpin curves,
Don't stop.
whatever you do, don't stop, because we'll fall over. She didn't stop, but she came awfully close. There would be some gorgeous views, but we're literally in the clouds. Matter of fact, the last 4 miles, in and out of the clouds. Family stopped 4 miles ago at a parking lot, but they're making their way up the last 4 miles. I told them it was just kind of like in and out of fog. We'd ride through fog and then we'd clear off again. I'm hoping the cloud cover will clear out enough for this scenic view. I have a brand new building here, if you can see behind me, here at the top of Pikes Peak. This has been an absolutely incredible ride, but I am definitely very lightheaded. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit. We've seen snow on the ground, ice, whichever it was. Oh, see if I can turn my camera around. If you can see down the hill, there's a little break in the weather. I mean, the road goes on for, it seems like, forever. This was the first little stretch. We're going through going through trees, and I'm thinking, well, this is kind of like the Ozark Mountains. This isn't that bad. It got bad. Oh, Jackson's posing. Are you posing?
Yeah. That pill post.
You're on the World Wide Web now.
World Wide Web.
Or you will be. It's not
World Wide
live.
Web.
I'll post it later.
You're going to be on the interwebs.
It's 50 something degrees. It was
Yeah,
like
it's raining.
80 or 90 when we left
It was 50,
Colorado
it's
Springs.
52 right now.
Oh, well, maybe I'll record some more when the rest of the family gets here. The rest of the crew has made it to the top of the peak. They toughed out and did the last 4 treacherous miles. So it wasn't so bad, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Did you go in and out of clouds?
No, it was all cloudy. And all
Really?
rainy. Yeah, we got no pretty stuff.
Well, it was in and out of clouds when we did it. So I'm glad. Did the whole family come, or did you leave some down in the parking
no,
lot?
they're with us.
Can we go in?
Yeah.
Well, we made it to the Royal Gorge Bridge. Now, Mark and I did decide to take a break and let our behinds rest, so we came in the family van rather than riding our motorcycles here. We'll get back on the motorcycles tomorrow. So, Mark, you think we made a good decision by taking a
we
break
made a
from the
great
motorcycles
decision, yes.
today?
My hind end thanks us.
We are at the Royal Gorge Bridge. There's somebody coming over, or some kind of swing thing out there. Yes, dear.
If you want to come to Colorado, you have to drive a plane for 2 hours.
That's right, from Texas anyway. Farther if you're coming somewhere else. Say hello to the World Wide Web.
Hello, World Wide Web.
Comment down below if you want to come to Colorado.
That's right.
Okay.
Comment down below if you want to come to Colorado.
And wear a hat.
And wear a hat. Why? Is it sunshiny?
Yes, it's hot.
Is this the Sunshine State? What is their I forgot what their slogan is for Colorado. What is Colorado? What's their slogan?
Huh?
New Mexico's the land of enchantment. What's Colorado?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought you saw it on the sign when we crossed the state line.
It just said welcome to the state of colorful Colorado.
Colorful Colorado. Okay.
Welcome to colorful Colorado.
This is the colorful state. I want to say the Sunshine State, but I think that's somewhere else. All right, crew, y'all ready to do the bridge? Let's go. Texas Party of 11. Royal Gorge Bridge. Texas Party of 11. The Royal Gorge Bridge. You know? Let me wait for the rest of the group.
Can I get my little home? Dad, can I get my little home?
Is it shiny? Come on, Matt, man.
Hey, we got it.
So, all right, let's make this happen. I need to find out what the purpose of this bridge was. What they built, obviously, to get across the gorge, but was it designed to be driven over? I mean, we're obviously walking it, but maybe it was. Maybe it was designed to be driven over. I've seen videos of vehicles driving over it, but oh, I got a bug on me. Say hello to the World Wide Web, Ricky.
What's up, YouTube?
Sam, stop.
We have a picture taker. Oh, there went Jackson. So Mark, you know all the history of the bridge?
No.
Come on, tell us. Come
Tell
on.
us.
Keep us.
So obviously it was built, designed to get across the gorge, but
Okay.
it was built to be driven across originally, you
Okay.
think? Or walking, I don't know.
No, I'm gonna say drive.
They still drive it.
Yeah, they still drive it.
We need to research the history of the Royal Gorge Bridge. Oh, there's those
Look at those.
there's
Look
those
at the-
cables you're talking about.
Look. That's the only thing that's.
That's crazy. Cables, cables. Well, let's kind of get them hard started here. Now they're like boogieing across the bridge. Colorado is an incredible state. Beauty everywhere you go. We'll check out over the edge here.
We gotta find our flags, Marty.
Oh yes,
yeah,
we do.
Our flags, yeah.
Gotta find that. Oh, look at that water down there and the train tracks. Wow. Look at that. That's awesome. Uh-oh. We have a motorized vehicle.
Yeah, it's our limo right here.
That's the Toro Workman.
Think we could drive one of those all the way from Orange to.
Okay, there's the Arkansas flag. I recognize it. That might be the Arizona flag. I'm not sure. California flag. Hey guys, we gotta take a picture at the Texas flag.
Yes.
If we ever find it. Oh, there's some more videos here of the Royal Gorge. Breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. They have a zip line, a trolley, all kinds of things going across them. Nicole, you want me to sing for y'all's Gorge, Royal Gorge
Yes.
Entertainment?
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna get these guns all. I'm gonna take my guns all safety. Yeah, I want you to do it. Come on.
No, I might embarrass myself.
Oh, whatever.
I would. I don't mind torturing y'all, but we're gonna find the. I don't see the Texas flag. The Texas flag. Oh no! There goes my map. Map blew out of my hand.
Give me that.
Hold it tight. Oh, there's a raft coming down the river. See if I can get in and get a view of the raft. I probably should be taking some still photos too. Maybe I'll do that on the way back across. A lost sight. Boy, you can feel this bridge. You can feel this bridge move in the wind. Some people walking on it and the wind blowing. Rafts. More rafts. See the train track down there. Wow. I walked off and left my crew. You see the rafts and stuff down there? Now here comes the blue raft, the big raft. It turned around. It was going one direction. It spun around. Looks like a bunch of people on the raft. Boy, it is windy up here.
Look, they're walking over here too.
See it coming through the white water down there.
You see it, Randy?
Feel this thing moving?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Ready?
Up, they spun around again. Hey Jackson, you see the raft down there? They've done spun around more than once.
Which one?
Somebody's not doing a very good job.
Over
There's a blue one down there. Up, it just went out of sight.
Okay, I see it. I see it. I see
They've
it,
spun
yeah.
around more than once. Somebody's not doing a very good job steering.
Somebody's inexperienced. I would be inexperienced. So.
My goodness, this thing's bouncing in the wind.
Oh yeah. Hey, you walk on it, you can still feel it. Yeah.
Those are rough rapids down there. You shoot.
I can do it.
Oh, there's two blue rafts.
No, the boy asked if we could do it.
If you ever come to Colorado, you've got to do the Royal Gorge Bridge. It is an adventure. We've had an adventure every day. Every day.
Where's our flag, Marty?
I haven't found it yet. I don't think it's here.
That's crazy.
I don't, we must have got left out. I do not see the Texas flag. I saw Arkansas, California, a couple of them I recognized. I think maybe Arizona, Minnesota, Montana.
Oh,
No flag for the great state of Texas? Maybe there's more flags down here.
Yes, look.
Mark, I think there are more flags down this way.
See the train tracks up there? Down there, all the way.
There comes a yellow raft. Some of them are terrible at steering. They keep spinning around. Oh, wow. Nicole, if you and I were just come back by ourselves, we'll have to do the raft. We'll come without the kiddos. Matthew, do you have anything to say to the World Wide Web?
Hello world.
Good job. Oh, there's those little trolley things going through the air. This is the spot where Ken Fuller made his record-setting free rappel back in 1995. He rappelled all of this thing? Oh my gosh. Look at the rafts. That's all you gotta say is a smile?
Yeah. So Marty, you can try to bring your GoPro, whatever that is, on the thing, but they may stop you. So if you have to have it, hide it.
I need to buy one of those things where you can mount your camera on your chest for adventures like that. Are you taking any still photos?
A few.
I need to on the way back maybe. Uh-oh, we have a motorized vehicle.
This way.
Hey buddy. Oh. Not the photo bomb here. Look at the water. I don't know, maybe photo bombing could become a hobby.
Mom, move out of the way.
Oh.
I'm doing it. I'm doing that.
That's my beautiful bride holding onto her hat so it doesn't blow into the gorge. Okay, we have to have a Texas flag down here somewhere. We didn't see it on the first part of the bridge. Oh man, you feel some bouncing. These are just wooden slats. On the most treacherous part of Pike's Peak ride yesterday, I don't think I had my GoPro camera on. I know I had it on at the beginning of the ride, but I think I see the Texas flag. The flag of the great state of Texas. Texas, the greatest state in the Union. Hey Matt, stop there at the Texas flag. We may want to take a picture.
Well, I see it. I stand over the top of this where there's a...
Matt, there you go. So right there is the end. We just have a few more steps. We will have walked all the way across the bridge.
Going.
We may want to take a picture, Nicole, at the flag, Texas flag. Right there.
Bodie kids, get in front of the flag. What? The Texas flag.
When you live in Southeast Texas, it's not every day that you get to ride your 900-pound touring bike in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado up a dirt road. Yes, we can add that to our bucket list. We have ridden in the Rocky Mountains on 900-pound motorcycles on a dirt road. We're actually just outside of Eureka, just outside of Idaho Springs. I want to call everything Eureka Springs. We're just outside of Idaho Springs. They say this is where the Colorado Gold Rush began. We are going to tour the Phoenix Mine underground with the family. Say hello, family. Hello, family. Hello. And I think they're going to get to do some panning for gold. So we're going to have another great excursion today, and as always, the scenery is just amazing.
Chubby one.
What do you got there at your feet there, Matthew? Oh, you got one beside you. Little chipmunks? There's behind you now. There's one. There's one behind you, Samantha. Let's come up behind Matt. Matthew, you seem really popular with the chipmunks. We are getting ready to enter the Phoenix gold mine, where the gold rush began, at least in Idaho Springs. Yeah, this is going to be really cool. The kids have been looking forward to this for months.
The entrance is over here.
Yes, ma'am. Following you.
Take you guys in there.
Entrance over here, guys. We're actually going under the ground. You gonna take some still pictures, or you take some of your phone, maybe? No climbing on rocks, children. Oh wow, this is really cool.
enjoy your tour.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for hurrying. I appreciate it. I was glad we could get you in. Thank you.
Phoenix vein was discovered in 1871, and it was discovered by a man with an ironic name. His name was Miner. Where the Phoenix vein comes from. The Phoenix miners, they were Cornish from Cornwall, England. And these guys were experts. They knew how to find the gold, and they knew how to mine it too. So they went way down there by the river and started driving a shaft in this direction, knowing that eventually they would run into the vein at depth. Well, they drove that shaft in 2,000 feet. This took them over 4 years. They were working without a payday for all this time. So they had an investor working with them because they didn't have money coming in until they struck the vein. Okay, so anyway, they were talking to their investor, and he was ready to give up on this project halfway through. Boy, what a mistake that would have been. But anyway, they convinced him to invest again. Now, how they did it was kind of funny. They took him down to the Buffalo Bar in Idaho Springs to make sure he was tranquilized. And then they convinced him that if he invested again, he was gonna be a rich man. Well, they eventually made good on their word. So anyway, they bored through the mountain over 2,000 feet, and then when nobody was expecting it, bam, the vein was right in front of them. Wow. And it was 6 foot thick. Whenever the Cornish guys struck the vein, they struck it 500 feet down this shaft here behind you guys. So you can kind of come over here and take a look down the shaft. Take a look here on this side. You can see the ladder there. You can see all the rails. All right, so guys, I want to tell you a little bit about the owner of the mine. He is a 4th generation gold miner. His name is David, and I talk about him on the tour quite a bit. But David, his father started him mining at 8 years old. All right?
Child labor.
Yeah. And then by the time he was 15, he was using rock drills and explosives.
Nice.
What a cool father, right?
Yeah, absolutely. All the men would say that.
Right. But yeah, so David now, he used to teach engineering at the Colorado School of Mines. So he knows his stuff.
And soon when they make us wear hard hats, I'm tall, I'll have to duck. Not every day you get to go into a gold mine.
Because there's silica in the rock. Are you familiar with silica? Yes. It's like glass. So they died from silicosis. That's the medical term for rocks in the box or miner's consumption. And the guys would live like 6 months to 2 years on average.
Oh my God.
Sad, right? So this cavity here above us, this is the 4th level of the mine. So this is what there are 3 levels of below us. It's where the vein has been completely removed. And so at this point, they had to leave pillars in here because they did 100-foot spans. There's a 100-foot span below us and a 100-foot span above us. So they had to leave pillars of the vein here for stability. And that's what we're going to go look at. So
Awesome.
So let me go ahead and get in here and we're going to go back into the... This brings us 1 ounce of gold and 2 ounces of silver. Wow. Yeah. And now what I really want to show you guys is right behind me. So come on over this way. Now look up here to the left. Isn't that great? This is the material that miners love to find. The reason is because this material can make you rich real fast.
What's that?
Come over here. Kind of squeeze in over here on this side, guys. So this material here will bear 7 ounces of gold per ton.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so this is the good richer. It's also rich in copper. You're going to see a lot of copper sulfate here. Yeah. So let's go this way and we'll see the resurrection vein.
Is this mine still mined today?
No, not currently,
No,
but it will be in the future.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
That's awesome.
See all the oxidation of the copper? This is a bigger flotation, so you can see down there.
So it's not every day I get to ride in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado on a dirt road. So I'm trying to get backed up here and get out of the parking lot. This may be a challenge. Still following the family
Go out first.
in the van. I'm thinking down, hopefully. Oh my gosh, will be easier than going up. The problem is these slopes, and for bikes lean too far over, there's a point of no return, and you tilt over on your crash bars. Okay, I'm rolling now. I should be good. We just toured the Phoenix gold mine. Goes a little chipmunk across the road, and we did a little painting for gold. Okay, I'm going to slow my rig down here a little bit. Kind of out of breath and trying to back it up in the parking lot. Well, the gold mine tour was quite fascinating. Now we're going to Estes Park, to the Stanley Hotel, I think is the name of it. If you ever saw the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson, it was filmed at the Stanley Hotel. It's actually a real hotel in Colorado. I didn't know that till my 13-year-old son discovered that by Googling things to do in Colorado. So we're kind of going down the hill here on a dirt road, which makes it a little more interesting. Once the van's stirring up a little dust. Not real far to the bottom, so I'm actually using my brakes. When we came down off of Pikes Peak, we did a lot of engine braking. Maybe I should do that now. Okay, now I'm engine braking. I'm not riding my brake at all. I can go to second gear. Let's see. No, I don't really have much engine braking at second gear. I think it's maybe a little more than half a mile to the bottom. Then we'll be on the actual freeway, or we'll be on the feeder road to get to the freeway. Comes a Jeep. They're going to be stirring up some dust. Yeah, I'm using my brakes. Maybe I need to go back to the transmission. Kind of dusty. Reminded me of the days when I used to ride dirt bikes with my friends. If you weren't the lead bike, you were eating dust. But it's all part of the adventure, all part of the experience. You're going to ride on a dirt road on a motorcycle, so I'll expect to eat a little dust. This road's rough. It's violently shaking my GoPro camera. It's mounted on my dash. The stabilization is so good in that thing that usually you don't even notice all that movement. Hopefully it hasn't tilted forward. Don't want to just record my dash. And I'm shooting the film through my, I think it is leaning forward, and I need to tighten it. I shoot the camera through the windshield most of the time. I may raise it up too high there. Alright, we're on the feeder road, getting ready to get on the highway. We had trouble with traffic. It was construction between Colorado Springs and Denver. Other than that, the traffic hasn't really been bad at all. I call these little things we're on right now a traffic circle. My navigation calls it a roundabout. A roundabout. We didn't go very far around the roundabout. Well, the mountain views are really impressive. And the curves and the hills make them even more fun. You know, a feeder road with two-way traffic. So we're getting back on an interstate. The car kind of let me in there. My wife's driving the big white van in front of us, and some of the mountain roads were a little difficult to maneuver. She said people honk at her, give her the one finger wave. Usually she just looks at them and smiles real big, and probably some of the locals do get tired of the tourists creeping on these roads. when I'm riding in East Texas and it's a nice curvy road, I always hate to get stuck behind a log truck. It's like, oh no, I've got this nice curvy road and this log truck is going to be creeping along. That happened to me in Arkansas in the Ozark Mountains. I found a nice curvy road to take, and about the time I turned onto that curvy road, a log truck pulled out in front of me, and I thought, oh gee, great. This log truck's going to slow up my ride in the Ozark Mountains. That truck driver must have been from Arkansas. He was flying down those curvy mountain roads as fast as I was. I mean, I was having to hustle to keep up with the log truck. I thought, my goodness, these people know how to ride and drive these roads. So yeah, these people in Colorado, they probably get tired of those tourists, but I know tourists certainly helps the economy of Colorado, so I guess it all evens out. This scenery is absolutely gorgeous. Here's an interstate kind of between the mountains. Whitewater Creek down there beside the road. On the right side, that's very scenic. They must get a lot of snow here because we saw signs that were saying that the truck drivers 9 months out of the year have to have their tire chains with them. It was only June, July, and August they're not required to have their snow chains. I thought, wow, only 3 months? You don't have to carry snow chains with you if you're a 18-wheeler driver? So that tells me those other 9 months it's subject to snow. So we get maybe 1 inch every 1 inch every 10 years if we're lucky. But the traffic's slowing down in the other lane over there. When we were hiking over to Seven Falls waterfalls close to Colorado Springs, a big deer ran by us and then went down to the creek on the side of the trail and got a drink of water and started eating and didn't pay us any attention after that. Looks like my wife's wanting to move over in the van. Probably got a car behind me wanting to give me the one finger wave. We got a slow 18-wheeler, that's what she was going around. Definitely much easier to maneuver in traffic on this motorcycle, Mark and myself, than trying to do so in that big old van. But my wife's done really great, even going up Pikes Peak in the clouds with 10-mile hairpin turns. She didn't have any problem at all with that big old van. Well, I know when we get to the Stanley Hotel where The Shining was filmed, I'll definitely want to do some more recording there. I forgot my GoPro yesterday when we were at the Seven Falls at the waterfall, and we hiked way up the mountain, and I didn't have my GoPro with me. I left it at the vacation house. We're about 10 miles outside of Estes Park, Colorado, and the view, the scenery is beautiful. Of course, for a motorcycle, we love these curvy roads. It's really breathtaking. Got a hairpin turn coming up here. This is definitely some beautiful country. Of course, the United States is so incredibly diverse, with landscape and people, and that's a good thing. I have to say, we're partial to the mountains. My wife and I both, we really like the mountains. Since we've been on this road, it's been just one little curve after another. Oh, my battery, I think it's, I don't know, I can't tell. It's almost dead, maybe. I have to buy an extra battery for trips like this, so I'm going to turn it off for now. Well, we made it to the Stanley Hotel where they filmed the Jack Nicholson movie, The Shining.
Yeah, I think it's in the lobby.
Where's the GoPro stick?
They actually have a shrub maze up front.
Or drought. Look at all the junipers that have died.
Where's the GoPro stick?
Well, we're making our way back home from Denver, Colorado back to Texas. This morning we've ridden a couple of 100 miles from Denver into New Mexico. We started out, the temperature was in the 50s, got up into the 70s, we're back down in the 60s, and this is July, like July the 11th. The weather could not be any better. The scenery is still beautiful, as you can see there off in the distance. So we're just taking our time, making our way back home. It'll take us about a day and a half. And I'm sure I'll shoot some. Well, Mark and I have returned home from our epic journey from Southeast Texas to the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. We came home or left yesterday morning. We rode 600 and something miles yesterday, another 400 and something miles today, for a total, I did 2,675 miles on this trip. Mark lives a little farther away, so he probably did over 2,700. You see there, I averaged 40 miles to the gallon, average speed 55 miles an hour. We spent 48 hours in the saddle. Had a fantastic time. Of course, I may have mentioned earlier, the family flew up there and met us in Denver. And then we did daily excursions. We rode our motorcycles to the top of Pikes Peak, and my wife drove the big rental van with the rest of the family to the top of Pikes Peak. We did the, trying to remember, Garden of the Gods, I think is the name. I want to call it Valley of the Gods. Let me think. No, it's Garden of the Gods. We did the Royal Gorge. We did the 7 falls, waterfalls, and strenuous mountain hiking. That's all in the Colorado Springs area. We toured a gold mine, and we went up to the Stanley Hotel. If you're not familiar with the Stanley Hotel, watch the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson. I had a great time. The bikes performed flawlessly. We did fantastic. Mark on his Chieftain Dark Horse, and me on my Indian Roadmaster. If you're thinking about a motorcycle to tour with, these are excellent bikes, comfortable. I got a little my rain suit melted on my pipe there. Matter of fact, today we were about 200 miles from home, and wouldn't you know, we hit another thunderstorm. Rode about 75 miles in fairly hard rain and wind. Rode out of the rain. The last 125 miles or so was beautiful again, and we just had a great time. It was certainly a bucket list thing for me to be able to ride to the top of Pikes Peak on my motorcycle. And we did not get to do the $1 Million Highway. We just ran out of time. We had so many days, so many excursions, so I'll have to make a separate trip to do the Four Corners and the $1 Million Highway. If you like to ride, ride as much as you can, because one day we're all going to be too old to ride.